2007 Jumbo with, you know, it's just aged perfection. It just feels really good. The timber's all matured really nicely. It's got a great sort of... As you grow up and get older, you start thinking about things, obviously the past and the future, and how you can do things better and what you could have done. But I've been thinking about beyond that, like what happens when you're not around anymore. Like, what are you going to leave behind? What are you doing for the people you care about, and basically what mark are you going to leave? So this is all about that sort of thing. When you listen to the hook, sing it loud, sing it proud, and think about what that means to you. So many things, luck and people can go against you, which can hurt you badly and almost stop you in your tracks. But I learned that if you can harness that and turn the hurt, frustration and anger into grit, determination and that, you know, I'll show you attitude, it quickly turns into a positive driving force. It's not only about using all the good things that you've got at your disposal, but turning the bad stuff into motivation to your advantage with a bit of a sinister smile. It's really easy to wrongly compare yourself to things that you shouldn't. With everything we're surrounded by these days, there's almost a manufactured measuring stick on all of us, depending on what you do. It's really easy to overlook all the great things that you do and have made you who you are. But when you capture that and make the absolute best out of it, that's when things really fall into place. I found myself getting really cranky of late about what it takes to fit into pop culture and the lengths that people go to do it. It's so crazy and downright wrong that the world has put this expectation on people on how they should be presenting themselves with an online footprint. People seemingly have no other choice. And how people conform and present themselves in this world really shows their true colours. And I hope people listen to this and realise that taking away this expectation is a really good thing to do. Being organised, prepared and well time managed was something that was drummed into me since I was a little boy, and that's what I've always tried to be. Those principles are great to run your life by, but it's a rude shock when none of that does you any good. I hit this realisation that no matter how prepared you are, there's only so much you can do for your own successes when the rest is up to being at the right place at the right time, and basically the universe. Which is really hard for me to get my head around, but as I say, time keeps cheating on me. This one is off the Into the Wild soundtrack, originally written by Jerry Hannon and performed by Eddie Vedder of Pearl Jam. He's one of my favourites. I was watching the news during the COVID period when everyone was hoarding the toilet paper and the food, and basically just got cranky, went outside and mowed the lawn, headphones on, and this was the first song that came on. And it just absolutely stopped me in my tracks, and I just decided then and there that I had to have a go at it, because the tone of the song and the lyrics were just a perfect indication of what we were all going through at the time of, you know, the writing of this record. This one's been hanging over me for quite a long time. It's a bit of a helpless situation, and sort of at the end of my tether with it, to the point where I just needed to write all this stuff down to sort of, you know, try and do something to feel a bit better about it. And it was really good because doing that made me feel a lot better, and I got this song out of it, which is really bizarre because usually my songs start with guitar licks and lines and then the words come second, whereas this one was words on a page edited and then everything just fell into place around it, which is a really positive thing for my songwriting moving forward. I'm really happy with this one. I do my thing with the total support of my partner. I don't run into any issues whatsoever for being myself and living the life I want to live, which is a huge blessing. We actually started this one in the studio with more of a full band sort of sound, and we scrapped it because it just didn't have the vibe that it was written with. So I headed back in, did it live, bare bones, guitar and voice, and then added some backing vocals, which is what she wanted. It's a bit of a blues soul crooner, and goes out to all the lovers out there that are on really good wickets, and of course Jody. Like Sunday Morning, Weathervane is another tune about being in a really supportive relationship, but looks at the other side of it where you know, are in this career where you have to be selfish and it demands you to take, you know, time away and to do it. The mood I was in when I wrote it was a very sort of somber and deep sort of mood and I think it reflects really well on how we've captured it. It should resonate with people who have very different career paths to their partner, that they just have to make it work, which is hard, which is very hard at times. The line that sums it up the best for me is, I know what I love, because it really sums up sort of both sides of the coin, because you love both and both have got to coexist. Where I've come from and who's created that is always very present in the back of my mind, and a great influence on how I go about my business. I'm very blessed to be able to escape the rat race into the backcountry to a place that my great grandfather and grandfather built with their bare hands. This one sums up how much my heritage means to me and the deep connection to this place. It's dedicated to the memory of my grandfather and great grandfather and my uncle Jack Biilmann. History doesn't wash away.
I'm chasing elevation to clear